You did not find this message by accident. Your soul was guided here because a profound shift in your love life has already begun, and some part of you has been aware of it far longer than your conscious mind has been willing to admit. There is a deeply significant reason why you have arrived at this exact message at this precise moment in your life. Nothing about this encounter is random. Nothing about the timing is coincidental. This is not a piece of content that simply materialized in front of you because of an algorithm or a moment of idle scrolling. It is a direct response to a signal your own soul has been transmitting outward, quietly and persistently, across days and perhaps across weeks. And the universe, in its characteristic and unhurried way, has arranged for that signal to be answered. Welcome to Carl Jung Psychology. If this is your first time here, you have arrived at a channel dedicated to the kind of depth that most platforms are not equipped to carry. Carl Jung spent his life mapping the interior landscape of the human psyche, and what he discovered about love, about connection, about the invisible architecture that draws two souls toward each other, is unlike anything conventional psychology has ever offered. Subscribe now if you have not already, because what we explore here is not surface-level inspiration. It is the kind of understanding that rewires how you perceive yourself, your relationships, and the invisible forces that are actively shaping your life at this very moment. Over the past several days, and perhaps extending back across several weeks, you may have been aware of a subtle and persistent feeling that has taken up residence somewhere in the center of your chest. It is not quite anxiety, and it is not quite excitement, though it carries elements of both. It feels more like a quiet pressure, a gentle stirring, a sense that something of genuine significance is approaching your life, even if you cannot identify its shape or name its direction. Your analytical mind may have attempted to catalog it, to assign it a logical origin, to dismiss it as tiredness or hormones or the atmospheric quality of a particular season. But it persists. It returns. It will not be reduced to something ordinary because it is not ordinary. You may have noticed unusual fluctuations in your emotional state. Moments when old memories surfaced without any identifiable trigger, arriving with a particular quality of feeling that was less like pain and more like completion. A quiet sense of expectation that resembles waiting for someone whose arrival you feel certain of, even though you cannot yet identify who that person is or when they will appear. It is the sensation of standing just beside a door, feeling the presence of a hand about to knock, before the sound has yet been made. I want to be direct with you about something important. You are not manufacturing these feelings. You are not projecting hope onto an empty situation. You are not engaging in the kind of wishful thinking that your more skeptical inner voice might suggest. What you are experiencing is an energetic signal. It is the dimension of your awareness that operates beneath the cognitive surface, the aspect of you that Carl Jung called the deeper self, responding to a movement that has already begun. Your intuitive nature is capable of registering shifts that occur before the physical world has caught up with them. And right now, that capacity is fully activated. As you sit with these words, a force of genuine creative intelligence is working behind what is visible. It is arranging circumstances, timing, and interior conditions in ways that will mark a clear and unmistakable transition in your emotional life. This message has arrived for you today because it carries a specific meaning intended for exactly where you are in your journey. There is a particular person in this world who is being prepared, step by deliberate step, to place you at the very center of their existence and to offer you a quality of devotion that may exceed anything you have previously known love to be capable of. This devotion is not rooted in obsession, in the anxious attachment that masquerades as intensity, or in the kind of blind admiration that has no relationship with who you genuinely are. It is not the product of loneliness seeking an object, or fantasy seeking a vessel. It is something far more grounded, far more luminous, and far more enduring than any of those things. This person will experience your presence as a place of genuine peace. They will feel in your company the particular quality of calm that comes when a human being is finally in the right place with the right person in the right chapter of their life. Being with you will carry the feeling of arriving home after a long and complicated journey. What is unfolding ahead of you has the capacity to fundamentally alter your understanding of what love actually is. Because of the experiences you have moved through in the past, your protective mind may attempt to insert resistance here. The memories of previous disappointments may surface and suggest that something this meaningful sounds too constructed, too convenient, too much like comfort dressed as truth. That voice of self-protection is not wrong to exist. It has served you. But it does not have access to the full picture of what is already in motion. Every difficult chapter you have lived through, every moment of patience stretched past its apparent limit, every test that arrived when you felt least equipped to meet it, has been part of a larger architecture that is aligning you with the love your heart has been reaching toward. You have not been waiting for nothing. Not a single moment of your pain has been without purpose. Each experience has been refining you, expanding your capacity for genuine intimacy, deepening your understanding of what you truly require in a partner, and preparing the interior space in which something real can take root and flourish. Before we continue deeper into what is being prepared, take a moment to engage with this community. In the framework of Jungian psychology and the broader tradition of depth symbolism, certain numbers carry extraordinary weight. The number 1111 is among the most significant. In psychological and metaphysical traditions alike, it represents the threshold moment, the instant when interior readiness and exterior circumstance align to open a doorway that was previously sealed. If you have been seeing 1111 with unusual frequency, if this number has been appearing in your daily experience in ways that feel less like coincidence and more like punctuation, leave it in the comments right now. Let that number become your marker in this community. You will discover that you are far from alone in this recognition. Now, understand something that will give the period of waiting an entirely different meaning. There is a profound and active process occurring in the life of the person who is moving toward you. A deep interior transformation is underway on the other side of the invisible thread that connects your soul to theirs. As you navigate your daily responsibilities, manage your own challenges, and continue your own interior work, something of genuine significance is happening in a life you have not yet entered. Someone is being shaped by the full weight of their own experience. Their journey is not random. It is guided, deliberate, and oriented toward a destination that includes you. This person will not arrive in your life because of convenience or timing or the proximity of circumstance. They are being formed through accumulated experience, through realizations that arrive after long periods of confusion, through the particular kind of emotional maturity that only develops on the other side of genuine difficulty. Every challenge they have faced has been removing something that would have prevented them from truly seeing you. Every hard encounter has been stripping away layers of fear, defensiveness, and the kind of pride that makes genuine intimacy impossible. At this moment, they may not yet know your name. They may have no conscious awareness that you exist. But at the level of the soul, at the depth of awareness that Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, the place where individual boundaries dissolve and deeper recognitions become possible, they already feel the approach of something significant. There is an interior pull directing them toward growth, toward a quality of emotional development they cannot yet fully explain. They are becoming, through the patient work of lived experience, the partner you need rather than the kind of partner you might have accepted in an earlier and less integrated chapter of your life. This is not a passive process. Their transformation is active and demanding. They are developing the emotional intelligence required to truly see another person. The patience that chooses presence over withdrawal. The courage that vulnerability requires. The capacity to love without the protective armor of control or emotional distance. When they enter your life, they will not arrive needing to be rescued or reconstructed. They will come as someone who has done the necessary interior labor, who is prepared to honor, protect, and genuinely cherish what you represent. A vital dimension of their transformation involves what Carl Jung would recognize as an expansion of consciousness. Their awareness is broadening in ways that will allow them to perceive your genuine value when your paths finally cross. Where previous people in your life failed to register your depth, your particular quality of strength, or the specific kind of light you carry even in your quieter moments, this person will see it with clarity. Where others focused on the surface and found it insufficient, this person will look beyond the surface and find something that moves them profoundly. As part of their preparation, they may currently be navigating significant disruption in their own life. They may be in the process of ending a relationship that no longer reflects who they are becoming. They may be closing chapters that brought them pain without proportional growth. Some may be inhabiting a period of deliberate solitude, using that space for the kind of reflection that only becomes possible when the noise of ordinary life temporarily recedes. All of this is creating interior availability. They are clearing the emotional and psychological space that your arrival will require. They are in the process of releasing patterns of relating that were never truly healthy, of healing wounds that have been present longer than they have been consciously aware of, and of beginning to understand love not as a negotiation or a performance, but as something sacred. They may be experiencing a particular quality of emptiness that nothing in their current environment seems able to address. That vacancy exists because it is genuinely meant for you. They may feel restless without being able to trace the source of the restlessness. They may dream of a presence whose features are indistinct, but whose quality of being brings them a peace they cannot locate anywhere in their waking life. Here at Carl Jung Psychology, this is the territory we exist to illuminate. The invisible architecture beneath the visible life. The patterns that move beneath the surface of human behavior and human longing. The profound intelligence of the unconscious as it works, through symbol and through signal, and through the particular pressure of unresolved longing toward wholeness. If this channel has been finding you recently, if these videos keep appearing at moments when their content feels less like information and more like direct correspondence with your interior experience, that is not accidental either. Subscribe and stay close. The conversation being built here is ongoing, and it goes deeper with every offering. The quality of devotion that is moving toward you will manifest in the texture of ordinary daily life in ways that may initially surprise you with their specificity and their consistency. This person will look at you in a manner that penetrates beyond the surface entirely. Their attention will not rest at the level of appearance or of the social presentation you have learned to maintain. It will reach toward what is actually present in you. They will perceive something there that they experience as rare and genuinely precious. Something that, in their understanding, deserves to be handled with extraordinary care. When you speak, your words will be received with sincere and active interest. Not the performance of listening, not the patience of someone waiting for their turn to respond, but genuine absorption. Every sentence, every silence between sentences, every emotional current running beneath what you say will be met with real attention. You will not need to repeat yourself to feel heard. You will not need to amplify your communication to feel acknowledged. Your presence itself will be sufficient to command their full awareness. This person will retain small details that most people release without retaining them. The quiet preferences you mention without emphasis. The subtle expressions that cross your face in moments you do not realize you are being observed. They will hold these details with a quality of care that communicates, without words, that learning who you are represents to them the most meaningful form of discovery available. The exhausting pattern of seeking acknowledgement, of calibrating your communication to be received, of competing for the kind of attention that should require no competition, will simply cease to exist in this dynamic. You will not need to demonstrate your value to this person. The question of your worth will not be something they hold open. In their perception, you will not be one consideration among many. You will be the answer that resolves the question they have been carrying without fully articulating. Their commitment to you will carry genuine weight, but it will not feel heavy. It will feel like the specific kind of rightness that arrives when something has been aligned that was previously out of position. Leave something in the comments right now that matters. The number 528. In the intersection of quantum field research and the ancient traditions of sound healing, 528 Hz is identified as the frequency of transformation and repair, the vibration that operates at the cellular level to restore what has been disrupted. If you are in a period of genuine interior rebuilding, If you feel that something in you is being reconstructed toward a more authentic configuration, 528 is your number in this conversation. Place it below. Watch what it calls toward you in the responses. What makes this connection qualitatively different from the relationships that preceded it is not simply the presence of positive qualities in the other person. It is the specific combination of closeness and freedom that will define the space between you. This person will understand, with an instinct that appears to require no instruction, how to remain genuinely close without the closeness becoming containment. The relationship will feel like open country rather than enclosed space. You will both retain the capacity to expand, to explore the directions your individual souls are drawn toward, with the knowledge that there is always a grounded place of genuine safety to return to. This person will not attempt to reshape you to fit an image they carry of what a partner should be. They will not apply pressure, subtle or direct, for you to diminish the dimensions of yourself that are most genuinely yours. They will actively celebrate what makes you particular. They will encourage the expression of the qualities that other people in your past may have found uncomfortable or inconvenient. They will want to see you inhabit your fullness rather than manage it for the comfort of others. If you have spent years dimming your light because its intensity was more than the people around you could comfortably receive, this connection will reverse that pattern entirely. This person will want more of your light, not less. Your growth will not threaten them. Your achievements will not generate comparison or quiet resentment. They will celebrate what you build and who you are becoming with a joy that is genuinely free of the shadow of their own insecurity. They understand something that not everyone arrives at, that the expansion of the person they love is not a subtraction from the relationship. It is a contribution to it. Your becoming feeds the bond rather than straining it. When you encounter setbacks, when the inevitable moments of doubt or reversal arrive, they will be present with a quality of patience that is not performing steadiness, but genuinely possessing it. They will stand beside you without trying to compress your timeline or resolve your process faster than it needs to move. They trust who you are becoming, even in the moments when you cannot fully access that trust yourself. This connection will also operate as a mirror in the Jungian sense. Simply being who you are in the presence of this person will activate something in them, not because you are demanding their growth or making your love conditional upon it, but because genuine encounter with an authentic person naturally calls the people around them toward greater authenticity. They will want to heal what they have been carrying. They will feel drawn toward the version of themselves that is worthy of what you represent. This desire will arise from genuine longing, not from fear of loss. Growth between you will be mutual, self-sustaining, and oriented forward. The physical dimension of this connection will be real and undeniable, but it will exist within a larger field of emotional and spiritual resonance that gives it a quality entirely different from attraction experienced in the absence of genuine depth. Silence between you will carry comfort rather than tension. Vulnerability offered will be met with gentleness rather than the kind of distance that teaches people their openness was a mistake. You will feel genuinely free to be the fullest version of yourself in this person's presence, knowing that your openness will be held with the care it deserves. This is not a love that operates from a place of vacancy seeking to be filled. It is a love that emerges from two people who have done enough of their own interior work to recognize wholeness in each other and to choose to honor it. It does not seek to complete you because you are already complete. It seeks to celebrate what is already present. Now, pause and understand something that Carl Jung's framework makes extraordinarily clear. Before your physical lives have yet intersected, before your eyes have found each other across any room, a connection already exists. An unseen channel of communication between your soul and theirs is already open and active. Through it, emotional information, energetic resonance, and the particular quality of recognition that precedes understanding are already flowing in both directions. Your lives are already in contact in ways that the ordinary logic of physical reality does not fully account for. This is not the language of fantasy. The mystics and contemplative traditions across thousands of years of human civilization and the depth psychology that Carl Jung constructed in the 20th century point toward the same recognition from different directions. There is an invisible thread, known across cultures by different names. The red thread of fate in East Asian tradition, the silver cord in Western metaphysics, the constellation of the unconscious in Jungian thought that connects your heart directly to the heart of this person. Distance does not diminish it. Circumstance does not interrupt it. It operates across whatever space exists between you with complete consistency. This channel has fully opened. That is why you have been experiencing sensations and emotional states recently that resist ordinary explanation. One of the most recognizable signs of this activation is a particular quality of longing that is directed not backward, but forward. A sense of missing someone you have not yet encountered. This is not the familiar pain of loss. It is something closer to memory operating in the wrong temporal direction. Your soul is not confined by linear time in the way your conscious mind is. At a depth beneath ordinary awareness, your soul already knows this person, already recognizes the quality of their presence, already holds the memory of a connection whose physical expression is still approaching. If you have ever stood at a window or a threshold feeling a sense of incompletion that no present circumstance explained, if you have ever felt the impulse to go home while already occupying the space that is technically your home, you have touched this recognition. It is the awareness that somewhere, in someone else's interior life, there is a place that holds the specific shape of your presence, and it is waiting. Through this invisible connection, emotional states also travel in your direction from theirs. This explains the moments when your internal weather shifts without any visible cause. The wave of quiet peace that moves through you during an otherwise unremarkable moment. The inexplicable sense of being loved, of being held in someone's awareness that arrives without any logical source. These are not projections of your own longing. They are transmissions. In that same moment, it is possible that this person is engaged in an act of healing, or is experiencing a recognition about love, or is directing something like quiet hope in a direction they cannot yet identify. You are already receiving what they are already sending. The territory where this connection often becomes most tangible is in the dream state, when the defenses of waking consciousness soften and your spirit moves with greater freedom. Encounters become possible that the ordinary waking mind cannot accommodate. You may have experienced unusually vivid dreams recently in which you were in the company of someone who carried an extraordinary quality of familiarity, a presence that generated immediate peace, safety, and the specific warmth of being genuinely known. The features of this person may have been indistinct or may have dissolved upon waking, but the feeling remained. It stayed with you through the day like the aftertaste of something you cannot fully identify, but know was good. These are not random productions of a resting brain. They are real encounters in the dimension where the boundaries that separate individual awareness in waking life become permeable. In these meetings, recognition is exchanged. Patience is renewed. The understanding that the waiting is purposeful and finite is reinforced. Waking from such a dream with a heart that feels fuller than it did before sleep is one of the clearest confirmations available that you are not alone in this process. Even when the content of the dream is inaccessible to memory, the emotional body retains what it received. Your physical body is also registering the approach of this connection in ways that have their own intelligence. You may have noticed unusual warmth gathering in the center of your chest, the location that traditions across cultures identify as the seat of the heart's awareness. You may have experienced chills or goosebumps at moments when the temperature and the context provide no adequate explanation. A scent that has no visible source, something floral or warm or specifically evocative, may have appeared in your environment with a quality that feels less like accident and more like announcement. Your body is not manufacturing these sensations for your entertainment. It is reporting accurately on what your energetic field is already detecting. The universe communicates in the language of symbol and pattern, and it has been speaking to you through the numerical sequences that have been appearing in your daily experience. Seeing 111 or 222 or 444 with a frequency and a context that distinguishes it from ordinary coincidence is not your mind selecting patterns from random data. It is the universe inserting confirmation into your field of awareness. Each appearance is a signal that the connection is active, that the process is advancing, that the preparation on both sides is continuing. It is not coincidence arranged to comfort you. It is information delivered through the language the universe uses when it wants to be understood. You may also find that the external world has been cooperating in subtler ways. Sentences overheard from strangers that address something you were silently considering. A song that begins at precisely the moment when its content matches the question you were carrying. A single line encountered in a book or in a passing comment online that lands with the precision of something directed specifically at you. These are not accidents multiplying beyond statistical possibility. They are the universe participating in a conversation that was already underway. At Carl Jung Psychology, we want to be clear about something that carries genuine importance as you hold this understanding. Do not suppress what you are feeling. Do not submit to the cultural conditioning that reserves legitimacy for only what can be measured and categorized and explained through the mechanisms that ordinary rational frameworks recognize. You are not imagining this. You are not constructing a comforting narrative over an empty situation. You are receiving real information through the channels that your soul has always used. Honor it. The act of suppressing this inner knowing, of dismissing it as imagination, genuinely slows the process of what is approaching you. Recognition accelerates manifestation. Acknowledgement draws toward physical reality what is already present in the energetic field. Leave a comment below right now, not because it is a conventional engagement prompt, but because grounding this recognition into words is itself an act of alignment. Leave the phrase, "I am ready to receive," or leave the number 777. In numerological and spiritual traditions across multiple cultures, 777 represents the moment when spiritual preparation and physical readiness converge. The 777 signals that the interior work has reached the point where the exterior world can now begin to reflect it. If that is where you are, 777 in the comments is your signal to the universe that you know it. There is one more dimension of this arriving love that you deserve to understand before it reaches you, so that when it does, you are not disoriented by its intensity. When a blessing of genuine magnitude approaches a life, the energy of its approach can temporarily create disruption in the existing structures of that life. Things that have been maintained through effort rather than alignment may begin to release. Situations that were never genuinely right for you may accelerate toward their completion. This can feel, from the inside, like deterioration when it is actually the opposite. It is the clearing that precedes the arrival. It is the space being created for what requires space. Do not interpret disruption as contradiction. If your current circumstances are in a period of rearrangement, if things that once felt solid are shifting, you are not being moved away from what you want. You are being moved toward it. The universe does not build the new architecture while the old structure remains fully intact. It creates the opening first. Trust the opening. The love that is approaching you is not a reward for having suffered sufficiently or waited long enough. It is the natural arrival of what has always been intended for you, meeting you at the point of your own readiness. And your readiness has been building through every experience you have navigated, through every moment of interior work you have engaged in, through every decision to remain open when closing would have been the easier choice. Subscribe to Carl Jung Psychology if you are not yet part of this community, and make sure notifications are active, because this is only one conversation in an ongoing series of depth that this channel is committed to providing. Jung's understanding of love, of the shadow, of the anima and animus, of the profound psychological architecture that governs what we draw toward us and what we are able to receive, is a body of work that has the capacity to transform every relationship in your life, including the one you have with yourself. And the one with yourself is where all the others begin. You have been prepared for this. The person approaching you has been prepared for this. The connection between you has been building through forces that operated long before either of you was consciously aware of the other's existence. What is coming is not ordinary. Receive it with the full openness of someone who knows that they are worthy of exactly what is on its way.